Right now, Georgia's controversial heartbeat law remains blocked. A three-judge federal appeals court in Atlanta hearing arguments last night. Here's Joe Ripley with reaction to that hearing, where there was no ruling, and how a case coming before the U.S. Supreme Court could determine what's next.
Georgia's heartbeat law, struck down in 2019 by a federal court judge, is now in a wait-and-see phase. The 11th Circuit Court of Appeals heard both sides of the issue of the case SisterSong versus Governor of the state of Georgia. The reproductive rights group for women of color argues the heartbeat law goes too far, limiting abortions after a fetal heartbeat can be detected with few exceptions. Doctors say that's typically around 6 weeks into pregnancy. Legal analyst Paige Pate says the heartbeat law would go against the near 50-year precedent set by Roe versus Wade.
If you want to bring a facial challenge to a statute, you basically say, Judge, we don't need any evidence outside of the record here. We don't need to see how it would work in the real world. Just read this law and you can tell it's unconstitutional.
This case is ultimately about letting her decide, letting women make their own healthcare decisions, and letting women and couples decide for themselves when to start or how to expand a family.
Sean Young with the ACLU of Georgia notes the Supreme Court did not overturn Roe in its latest ruling to leave Texas's new law banning abortions after 6 weeks in place.
The Supreme Court precedent has actually been clear that you cannot redefine what it means to be a person for the purposes of banning abortion and violating fundamental rights.
But Emily Matson with Georgia Life Alliance believes Roe is due for an update.
We have a better picture inside the womb. The child is more likely to survive at an earlier state than back in 1973. And I just think the humanity of the unborn child is just greater.
She argues Georgia's law upholds the value of human life at an earlier stage. The circuit court, however, did not rule on the matter after hearing arguments. It is common for circuit court judges not to issue an opinion directly following oral arguments. In this case, it's likely the circuit court will wait until the Supreme Court hears oral arguments in a Mississippi case directly challenging Roe versus Wade. Arguments for that case are set to start December 1st.